What's going on, y'all? I'm obviously playing a Chef Life, a restaurant simulator. You might be asking yourself why? Because it's fun! I recently purchased this when it was on sale for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, somewhere in there. And I started playing with it, and I was having a really good time. So I figured I'd make a couple of videos on it. So I started over, and all I've done so far, all I've done so far is create my character and loaded it right into the tutorial. I thought about skipping the tutorial, but it covers like the first 3 or 4 days. So we're just going to play through it. And I'm going to skip through most of the dialogue because it's just your basic normal stuff. Hey. So this is Kasim, our assistant, who's I guess a partner as well. We went to culinary school together and he gave us his recipe, which is weird because it's my restaurant. I should have my own recipe book, but we're not going to look too much into that. This page is just telling us the breakdown of a recipe, how like the ingredients work. It's a lot of information that you really don't need. There's a couple small details that are kind of in there and helpful, but we're not going to get into that right now. All we're going to do is pin it. And what it does is it lets us know like how to follow the recipe, the main elements of the recipe without having to open up the book. So we need to go gather our ingredients, which is what it's trying to tell us to do right now. We need a shallot and a potato. There we go. And we need a side of beef. Anything in green, by the way, is a reflection of the ingredient that we need for a recipe. Once we have access to more ingredients, they'll be here in like a beige color, and then the green ones will stand out, just to remind us. Alright, so we're going to cut a slab of this beefsteak. And that's it. We've got beef. And we're going to chop up our shallots and potatoes. And here we go. Already skinned it.
Just speak up if you need help with anything.
Thank you. This is where we go to get our cookware. And this is going to tell us how to basically do the cooking. So I'm not going to read everything here because I have a gist of how to play already. Here we go. We turned it on. We've added our ingredients. We don't need to do anything right now because it's going to force us to redo this recipe. So we're just going to let it play out. It tells us how to turn it on and how to adjust the heat strength, which affects how fast it cooks. We actually can't leave. Like I'm trying to hit circle, we can't leave during the tutorial. Normally we would be able to go and do other things, but now it wants us to flip. So there we go. And we'll just let this finish out. Oh no, I'm out of coffee. Oh well. Alright, and now we take it. Now if we wanted to keep it here, it would cook to a different degree of temperature, which is helpful for some people. We'll learn about that later. And now we're going to cook the fries, which is we turn it on, and then we have to wait for it to get the temperature. I think even if I place the fries, yeah, I can't do it until the oil's hot. There we go. And then we can go about doing our other business, but we really don't have anything to do until these fries are done. So yeah, Chef Life, super fun. Awkward small talk. It really is cool though. You'll start to see how it gets pretty nifty. There we go. Now we're going to assemble and plate. And it does it all for us. Here we go. And we finished our first order and talks about grading. We get A's based off of how we have performed to make the food, and then stars I guess are a reflection of the quality of ingredients, but whatever, we're done. We give him the food. Alright, so now he's gone and showed us how to improve our recipe within the recipe book. So the new information here is this orange box where he says, look, instead of cooking both the shallots and the beef steaks together at the start, do one add another ingredient later, and we can use some spices. So we're going to go ahead and we didn't pin it, but we'll do that right now. And we have to go and get our ingredients again. Oh, it wants us to learn about cleaning our equipment. There we go. Now, I will say that the controls are super basic. Most of the time it's a few button presses or hold the button, rotate a stick, that kind of stuff. Real simple, quick time stuff. Oh, I forgot to get my things. There we go. We do need another piece of beef. Alright, here we go. I know I'm flying by on all this stuff because I'm just used to the controls. Took me a while to get to this point. I've replayed this tutorial like, I don't know, 4 or 5 times maybe. There we go. Ah. Alright, so now we're going to cook, and it's telling us how to spread out the ingredients. So we've already got the pan on there. We just turned it on. We're going to add the steak to start. Somewhere in phase 1, we're going to go ahead and add the shallots. There we go. Now on the right where it says R2, that's where we can see that the part that's cooking right now is starting to become cooked. It's not pink anymore. So as soon as it shifts over into the next section, that's when we're going to flip it. There we go. Now it wants us to also season our food. So let me flip it first, because that's how we get a good grade on this order. Now we're going to hit triangle to season it and tap into our chef sense, which tells us that we're missing some salt and some pepper. And then we'll do chef sense again, and it says that we're still missing a lot of pepper and not enough salt. So we'll do one of each. Actually, we'll do one more pepper. Now it's perfect. So we'll just continue to let it cook. Fortunately, when you're seasoning, time stops. So you see how it's just not cooking anymore? That gives you time to play with it. Alright, we're pretty much done here. Oh, I should probably have cooked it longer. This is the degrees of cooking, but we just need a first, what do you call it? First degree. Oh, I forgot to make the fries. I should have had the fries going while we were cooking the steak, but that's okay. If you notice on the bottom where it's got that sparkling A, there's like, looks like an S, but it's really just like a temperature gauge. One is lit up white, the other two are not lit up. That lets you know that the food has different degrees of wellness. So basically, having just one line is kind of like pan-seared, almost raw in the middle, and then having all 3 bars would be well done. There we go. Now we plate the food. I think this is where the tutorial is going to introduce us to customizing the plating. Yeah, it wants us to do that. So this is by default how this meal will always come out looking, but if we redo the plating, we can actually do step-by-step adjustments. So we can pick a different plate or a bowl. We're obviously going to pick a plate. We will let's customize how we want to serve any dipping sauces and stuff. So I will pick this. No, I won't. It's too big. There we go. Shrink it down. Get all the way to the edge. There we go. We'll add some sauce into it. Great. Now we have to add our ingredients, and it's got different cuts. I'm going to use this one. And we have to add our shallots and our fries. So we'll do a pile of fries. Now you notice on the far right this has bar. It tells us that we're going to need more than just this one bunch. There we go. Now we've got enough fries. We need some shallots in here still. We can choose between the raw and the cooked. I kind of want to do this. We'll do a couple of rings. There we go. Booyah. Now we can move on to the last one, which is where we get to add a few extra decor, like sauces and spreads. The only one I want to add actually is something that looks like salt, just to give it an effect. I want this there. And that's it. Now every time we make this meal, it'll either come out looking like this, or now we're going to say look like this instead. So we will use that plating and quit, and we move on. Let's talk to Kasim again. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. No, I'm fine. My recipe's good. Alright, so we're moving on to our second day, I think. I believe it's our second day. What does it say? Yeah. 2 days before our opening on day 4. So here we go.
Hey, how's
It's
everything?
going good, buddy. Yes, we're introduced with Max, who is our, she delivers our produce. So, this is where we can now research. As we complete orders, we're going to gain knowledge points, which we can use to unlock new recipes. So it's going to have us unlock these 2 recipes. And with those with those recipes come new ingredients and new techniques. So now it wants us to pin them. Nope. Here we go. We'll pin that one and that one. And now they're on our top right. So we can go ahead and get started with the mozzarella salad. So we know that we need these things and this stuff, and that's it for that recipe. I like to always have my spices with me, so let us chop some stuff. So right now, even though it's telling me which one I can slice through, and it says sliced mozzarella right here, later on we're going to get different types of cuts that we can do for ingredients, but for now we just can slice. Now we mix them. Oh, we need our sauce. So I was not going fast enough, sorry. Or too fast. We need to do this. There we go. Place those things down. Now this is going to teach us about stirring at the right time. So we will come back for that. Yeah, so for now let's go ahead and get these ingredients and start working on our second recipe. And I think right now is about a good time that we need to stir. Oh, we're almost halfway. We'll stir in just a minute here. Right about now. Little controller input. Alright, we can let that sit for a minute. So mostly this game is about managing your output, managing your recipes, kind of multitasking as a puzzle, maintaining an eye for efficiencies, for inefficiencies and efficiency. Oh yeah, we're doing good. Let's kick this thing up. And we'll stir it. so it doesn't get all lumpy. Alright, that's almost done. I've already cut everything. We need to flour the fish. Oops. Alright. Let's finish flouring this fish. Very easy. Let's get this fish started. Oh, actually, it's okay. We can start the fish. This is telling us that we actually want to preheat this pan, so we turned it on. Yeah, we can put the ingredients on, but we won't actually hit the start button until we see it pink like that. Now it means it's preheated. And we're going to wait here until we get into phase 1 so we can add the butter. There we go. Now that one you can just sort of let it sit for a while. You don't have to do anything to it. So this one we are going to start. We'll do the first wave of placements. We'll check for seasoning. We're missing a lot of salt. So let's do 2 rounds of salt. Not enough. We'll do 1 more. Perfect. We'll add that tomato, add our drizzle, and we're good. We can actually speed this up, because next up we need to do is make the green beans, but this meal is actually done. There we go. I know I'm going pretty quick, and that's again because I'm just familiar with making these plates. I've done them, I don't know, at least 10 times it feels like. Alright, let's go back. Let's finish our fish. And now we need to get started with our green beans, which requires water. Turn that on. Pro tip, it wants the green beans to go in after the water's boiling, so we'll just let that do its thing. Can I serve this? Cannot. I think by now it is bubbling. Nope. Almost. Oh, there it goes. Okay, we'll get that started. Turn that up. Get our seasoning going. A lot of salt usually means 2 salts. Perfect. Now we'll just let that go. And we don't have anything of the heating. What we should have actually done is we should have made this first, because there's oh no, there's no warmers over there. Never mind, doesn't make a difference. Nothing is going to be perfect. Alright, now that makes 4 servings, but we just need 1. Alright, let's get that finished up here. Beautiful. Alright, hey buddy, we got your meals. Oh man, I didn't want to hit that. We're ready. We're ready. All right. Do 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 do. Bow, bow, bow. All right, we're gonna skip. Now we're on day 3, I believe. Yep, day 3. One more day before our grand opening. So this tutorial is going to teach us about setting up our menu. So there are some criterias. So for us, it's telling us that we need, I don't know actually what we need here. I guess it doesn't really need anything. We can just put whatever we want to make. So I usually start with the easy ones. I think these are the easiest ones. This is kind of It's a different type of challenge, actually. I always forget to make the sauce. So now we have to go. Oh, if you notice, we don't have any ingredients. We have to go and put in an order.
What do you need?
So these all function the same way. The only difference is how much you pay and what you get. So this is our cheapest option, but we lose what's the word? Reputation, I think. Responsibility. I forget what it is. We're just gonna go for all the best ingredients. So we need 5, 3, and 3 in order to make everything we need. Oh, responsibility. That's what it is. Our responsibility is boosted to 70 because we chose all the best ingredients. And then we pay.
I'll collect all your products and be
And it's
right
going.
over.
So the top bar tells us how long it takes before our order gets delivered. So we're actually going to explore design mode. And this is where you get to move things around. I have a little bit of an arrangement that I like right now, so I'm going to show you what I've been using. I have been putting my cook ranges there and here next to my pans, and then I've actually been putting, I can't move my fridge yet, but I can move that. I've been putting my spices right there because I tend to forget them. And then here is where I put my deep fryer. And then over here, this is where I would put my fridge, but I can't move it right now. And then here, I put my mixing stuff together, and eventually I'll continue to go down the line with different pieces of equipment. And in here is where I put my sink. And then where the fridge is where I usually will put my heat lamp, but we'll put it here for now. Okay. And I don't think, I mean, I could technically move my warmer, but I'm not going to do that right now. I don't think I can do it right now anyways. Now it wants us to decorate the dining room. But basically what I've done here is I've made it so that if I need to quickly clean a pan, it's right there. Or if I need to quickly get water for my green beans, it's right there. And then I can go green beans here straight to my warmer. And then over here, we'll talk about that stuff later actually, because that's part of the tutorial. So right now it wants us to customize the dining area. This one is a pet peeve of mine. It blocks the menu, so I use something real short. Oh, we are interrupted because our delivery is here. So we'll talk to Max real quick. Just kind of explains everything. It wants us to learn how to check our daily needs compared to what we have on stock. Excuse me, in stock. So it'll influence what we order, but we've already made our order. So we will now grab what we need. Something to keep in mind here is if you don't use it, you lose it, and you lose, I think, reputation or stars points or whatever. But you can also freeze items, which is something that you really only want to do if you're overstocked. You don't want to shoot for doing that, because it takes away some of the freshness. Alright. Next, it wants us to now make the 2 orders again. So make some of the, it's like the food prep area. We want to be able to get some of our ingredients going before we open the restaurant. So we're going to start with mozzarella. We'll start with tomato, shallot, french fries, and the fish. Floured sole. Okay. So some of these details are easy to miss because it obviously told us that it wants us to prepare french fries, but it doesn't want us to make french fries. So what I did wrong the first time is I just made french fries. But it does not want that right now. Let's chop this up. Or actually slice it up. Alright, so it says french fries. So these are the french fries we have already. And that's what it wants us to store. When you think about it, it makes sense because you don't want to make french fries and then put them in the refrigerator. But we can do that. Oops, it wants us to prepare floured sole, so we need that. There we go. And it's been floured. Great. I wonder if I'm allowed to... Not yet. Darn. I wanted to move the fridge, but I can't right now. So we're going to use the fridge to keep all of the things that we've prepared. And now it wants us to cook the green beans. So again, have them ready. Get that going. We'll grab some salt. Wait for this to boil. Oops, I didn't even grab the green beans. There we go. Perfect. Nice and bubbly. Now we will add salt. Not enough, I think only means add 1. Yeah. Let's turn that heat up so it'll cook as fast as possible. So when you make an order of these green beans, it makes 4 servings. So this one batch will be able to use 4 times. But we don't want it staying on this stove or the cooking range. And that's what the warmer comes into play. There we go. And now it's on the warmer. Now let's go talk to this guy. Here we go. We've finished that day. We've only got one more day left for our grand opening. And it wants us to start our service. So we're gonna do it like almost like a dress rehearsal, but we're gonna be having 2 customers, Max and Kasim. And they're gonna teach us how this whole thing works. Alright, so the first order's up. It wants both the fish meal and the mozzarella meal. So we need this, this, and that. So let's get started with the fish. Oops, I need butter and that orange sauce. Oh, olive oil. That's what it is. Turn it. No, I didn't mean to turn it on. Oh, I meant to turn it on, but I didn't mean to put the ingredients on there at the same time. I was gonna wait for the pan to heat up. That's all right. Add the butter and away that goes. Now we need to make that sauce that takes forever. This one. Oh, we need the other stuff. Sugar. Fish is almost done. Got that going. We don't need to do anything else with it. So we will serve that. We will, now in order for us to actually take something, we actually need to put it back on here, and then we can take 1 order of greens and then put it back. Now this will allow us to put that order together. Oh, I need to stir that pot back there. Now it'll ask us if it wants us to serve, but we didn't. I need to stir you. Alright. I believe we can get started with this one here. I need that green leaf. There we go. Oh, I don't have the sauce yet. Turn that up. Get that cranking out a little bit faster. Actually, we should put our food there so it stays warm. There we go. There we go. Now we'll do a little bit of seasoning. A lot of salt, so we'll do 2. Perfect. Add the last tomato, add the sauce, the balsamic cream. Alright, now the last one is telling us that it wants it well done. But that's okay, we're going to do this first. Oops, I forgot to prepare this. There we go. Put a little bit of that special salt on it. I thought it would let us serve from here. Oh, there it is. Serve from dish. Yes. Great. Now we can take the fries and the meat, or the shallots. Now this is going to be... Nope. This one. Get this big old slab. We already have the things chopped. We need to make the fries. We've done that. We need to cook the meat. Okay. So we'll cook the meat first. Have salt? Yes. So we will add this, and then we'll start the fries as soon as I put this in. There we go. Let's go get this heated up. How are we doing? There we go. Oh, not ready yet. Now we'll flip it. Season it. Looks like we just need 1 of each. Perfect. Crank up the heat on that. French fries are done. Now this one we're not going to take because it... Oh! What happened? Why did it do that? I meant to like look at it, not... Oh, that sucks. It's only a single line. What I meant to do was like zoom in like we're doing right now and just continue to let it cook, but apparently it thought I was trying to grab the food, so it stopped its cooking of it. And now we're just not gonna start over from scratch. So that's super annoying. Doesn't affect a whole lot, just our final score and a little bit of money. But still, look, there's our plate. That's the new plate we made. Oops, I meant to serve that. Alright, and that animation there means that we're done. I can't actually turn around and move. Can't do anything. Can't clean up. Nothing. Yeah. So let's take a look at the satisfaction here. So this one here we got an 85, and it has nothing to do with our preparation, because we got 20 out of 20, which means technically, from a technical excellence perspective, we did everything right. Followed all the ingredients, or I'm sorry, best ingredients, and we did all the steps correctly. It's just that we took too long to serve them. Whatever. This one's the same, except 18 out of 20 because we didn't match the way that they wanted it. They wanted it well done. We gave it to them basically rare. But it's okay. We'll move on. Alright, now it wants us to end the day. So things that we can't do right now is we can't interact with any of this stuff. We could clean up if we wanted to. We can't edit the arrangement of our equipment here. I'm pretty sure we can't. Let's check to see if this will work. No, it doesn't work. So if we wanted to, we can just finish cleaning up, but we're just going to skip all that. And I don't think we're going to keep that either. So let's just see what happens. L2. Day 4. So this is officially where you would start if you were to skip the tutorial. It gives you a couple of toggles on. I actually like to use this one where I don't lose points for how long it takes me to fulfill orders, because I felt like I did that last one at a pretty good pace, but still lost a lot of time and money. It doesn't make you feel very good, so I just want to not have to worry about how long they have to wait for the food, because I know I'm going to be doing the best efficiency that I can be doing. I'm going to turn this one off. I actually think it's more immersive if things do fail, and I'm going to turn this one on so I don't have to be bouncing between the recipe book. Every time I'm doing a recipe, it'll just appear on the top right. I'm pretty sure. We'll see. Not 100% sure. Everything else we're going to leave alone. I want to do those steps, and I'm okay with there being plenty of customers. So one thing we're going to finish here is we're going to finish decorating the area here. I just made that tree smaller so you can see the menu, but I actually want all of those lightings everywhere. I want this to be a coat rack. I want this to be the background, and I actually want to get rid of the lights entirely. I actually like this one up there. I like my clock over here, and I believe that's everything except for the table. Let's do the table. I want some blue chairs. I'm okay with the squares. No mats. No tablecloth. But I do want that. Actually, let's do that. Yeah, that looks good. We'll apply that to all the tables. They all match. Yes. Great. Now, let's see if we can... Yeah, we can get rid of this. Great. So what I was saying before is, when I said we'd come back to it, I like my fridge here because I can grab some ingredients, chop them up, get them prepared, and come right back over here. And then when I'm picking up ingredients for my next order, I would start my fridge and then turn around and grab this other stuff that I'm missing. So for me, this makes a lot of sense to put that there. And then I'm actually going to take the warmer, and I'm going to put the warmer right here. I think eventually I'm going to get a second heat lamp and put it right there. But that kind of works for me. And I have a couple of extra storages, so if I have to like hand things off to pick up this thing, I can do that. And then I'm not 100% sure what's going to go right here, but for now, I think this is good. So this is the arrangement that I like to use. So we'll exit out of that. We have to manage our stocks. So we need to... I don't need to start here because we've used everything. We have nothing in our shelves.
What do you need for the
Or in
daily
our
service?
storeroom. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to grab all of our ingredients.
I do the rounds of the suppliers and then deliver.
I should have started with that one so we weren't having any delays. Let me just quickly make sure we didn't level up enough to get another recipe. No, we didn't. We need to get to level 3. Okay. Great. At the beginning of the game, we had a chance to like practice our recipes during the first tutorial. You can technically repeat that exercise over and over enough to be at this point right now at level 3, but I did not want to do that. Yeah, we're just about ready on halfway through this bar. Everything else is done at this point. We've arranged the kitchen the way that we can best utilize it. And now we're about to get our order in.
Do you need something for the fridges?
Nope,
No
I
problem.
need this. I'm pretty sure if I just stay here, it'll auto-fill. Yep,
Hey chef, just leaving your delivery here.
perfect. There we go. Load them up. There's the menu. And that's it. So we're going to go into the office and prepare for our day. And we're going to end up wrapping our video up here. And then we'll start our next video at the continuation of day 4. It's not it won't be really the beginning of day 4 because we're getting all this stuff out the way. Actually, no, this would be a more clean way to end because we're going to get introduced to our chair. So let me actually stop here. This is a nice way to stop, actually. Yeah, we'll stop here. It's a funny picture. And we'll continue next time. So thanks for hanging out. And hopefully this game seems interesting to you. I don't get any commissions off this at all. So believe me when I say that I think it's fun. And you should give it a try if you're into any type of these cooking sims. But you don't really want the clunkiness of the cooking getting in the way of you enjoying, maximizing your efforts and timing efforts and stuff like that. That kind of resource management and task management is pretty fun in this game. So put on your wish list and wait for it to go on sale. Otherwise, I'll catch you in the next one. So thanks. Peace.